Hi everyone, welcome to our channel English with Shams. We have designed an English course 30 days English speaking challenge for you to enhance English communication, pronunciation, and vocabulary. If you wish to become fluent in English and take your English to the advanced level, then follow our videos and practice. This is day one topic English aspects. In this video, I will explain the easy and quick way to learn and become fluent in English. Hi everyone, welcome to Business English Training session. So this is our session number one. So this training is all about business English, or we can say in other words, corporate communication. Okay. So if we look at the aspects of English or in corporate communication, what we are going to learn here in this training is, first of all, we will focus on English grammar, because without correct grammar, we cannot become fluent in English. So in grammar, we will be discussing like parts of speech, kinds of sentences, types of tenses, and types of voices. After English grammar, we will discuss about English pronunciation. English pronunciation is important, and from country to country, pronunciation varies. For example, like British pronunciation and American pronunciation. When we start working for any client, that client may be from US, from Europe, right? So there is a slight difference between the British English and American English that we will be discussing in our English pronunciation along with syllables and stress. Then, of course, English vocabulary, knowing maximum words, their meanings, which includes casual and formal words, idioms, proverbs, synonyms, and antonyms. So in English vocabulary, we will be discussing. And then finally, English communication, so or corporate communication. So with these we will be discussing from corporate communication point of view. In this one, of course, greetings, communication etiquettes in business environment, like telephone etiquettes, email etiquettes, and meeting etiquettes. Let's discuss each of these aspects in brief. Let's start with English grammar. For example, here we have parts of speech. So look at one sentence, this sentence, or it is called as a sentence or a speech. So if you look at this sentence, John plays cricket every day at national ground. If you look at the uh, parts of this sentence or parts of this speech, like John, John is actually a noun. Then play is actually a verb. Then cricket is a sports name. That is why it is also a noun. Then every this adjective. Then day is a noun. At is a preposition. National is a noun, and ground is also a noun. So here, in parts of speech, we will be discussing in detail about different parts of speech, so that we can identify them, and in order to make our sentence grammatically correct, these parts of speech should be in a proper sequence. So that's why understanding parts of speech is critical and important. Then look at another sentence. You run very fast in marathon and win. This is another sentence. If you look at the parts of this sentence, like you is a pronoun which is used instead of a noun. Then run is a verb, vary is adverb, verb fast, right, is also is verb, preposition in is a preposition, marathon is a name of the sports, right? So it's a noun. Then a and it is actually joining these two nouns, marathon and win. That's why and is a conjunction and win is a noun here, right? Noun here. So, in our topic of parts of speech, we will be discussing in detail about each of parts of speech. For example, like noun, then we have general noun and then proper noun. What is the difference between them? All that we will be discussing one by one. Then in parts of speech, we have eight parts of speech like noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So these are the eight parts of speech which we will be discussing in detail with examples. Then we here after parts of speech we have article and punctuation that will come. Right. So then in the English grammar, kinds of sentences we will be discussing in detail, like single word sentence, wait, why. So these are single word sentence. Then multiple word sentence where multiple words are used. So such sentences are called as multiple words. Word is, you know, word may be an alphabet or group of alphabets with a meaning that is called as a word. So here we can see we are using multiple words, so it becomes multiple word sentence. And in this case, single word sentence, only single words are used. So kinds of sentences we will be discussing in detail. Then different ways of writing sentences, different ways of writing grammatically correct sentences, or we can say expressing our thoughts in a different way. For example, he is healthy as per the report. Same sentence you can convey in another way, right? As per the report, he is healthy. Both messages, both sentence convey same message, right? But you can express in another way, where, as you can see here, he is healthy as per the report. So we are emphasizing on the pronoun he here in first sentence. He is healthy as per the report. But in another sentence, to express in the same way, as per the report, he is healthy. So in this sentence, though the meaning of first sentence and the second sentence is same, but the way it is expressed is slightly different. In the second sentence, we are highlighting the report. Okay. But at the end, meaning of both sentences are seen. Look at another sentence. Mr. Trump, the president of the USA, visited India. So same sentence can be expressed or can be, expressed like the president of the USA, Mr. Trump, visited India. The meaning remains the same. So what we would like to highlight accordingly, we can arrange the sentence so that we will be discussing in different ways of writing sentences in English grammar. Okay, in kinds of sentences. After understanding kinds of sentences in English grammar, we will be discussing in detail about types of tenses, because whenever we are speaking, there must be a tense there, right? So what are the types of tenses? We have present tense, past tense, and future tense. Again, in these tenses, we have indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous, right? So for example, in present tense, we say I go, that is indefinite. Then in continuous, I'm going. In perfect, I have gone. In perfect continuous, it's I have been going, right? And similarly, in the past tense, past indefinite, I went. Continuous, I was going. Perfect, I had gone. And imperfect continuous, I had been going. And in future, future indefinite, I shall go. Future continuous, I shall be going. Future perfect, I shall have gone. And future perfect continuous, I shall have been going. Right? So these types of tenses we will be discussing with examples. So types of tenses. Then here we have again affirmative sentence, negative sentence, simple question sentence, WH question sentence. For example, in case of indefinite, if I take present indefinite, then I go. It's an affirmative, meaning it's a positive or a sentence, normal sentence, right? So negative, I don't go, right? Simple questions, do I go? WH question, where do I go, right? Similarly, in present continuous, if we see affirmative sentence, I'm going. Negative sentence, I'm not going. Simple question, am I going? A question mark should be there, so I will correct that one. And then WH question in present continuous is where am I going? So all these examples we will be discussing one by one in types of tenses under English grammar. Then we have types of voices. In types of voices, there are two types of voices. One is active voice and another one is passive voice. In active voice, like I do this work. And in passive voice, the same thing can be expressed as this work is done by me. All right. Like he did this work. This work was done by him. So in active voice, John opened the door. The same thing with the same meaning in passive voice, we can say the door was opened by John. So with different examples, we will be discussing in detail about types of voices and then types of speeches. So here also there are two types of speeches. One is direct speech and another one is indirect speech. So direct speech example, John said, I am very busy. Right? So with quotation mark, you can see here the quotation marks are used. And then in indirect speech, same can be expressed as John said that he was very busy. So if we are expressing the same, if we are using the same word, whatever is being told or used by the speaker, then it is called as direct speech. For example, another example, he said, I'm happy today. Then in indirect speech, he said that he was happy that day. Okay. I said it was raining. So close quotation mark could also be there. I will correct. So I said that it had been raining. Okay. So in types of speeches, these will be discussed in detail. Then important aspect, English pronunciation. So when it comes to pronunciation, we will see how we can correctly pronounce English words. Okay. For example, we'll take this English. We say English. So it should be like, pronunciation should be like English. English. This is the correct pronunciation. English. Okay. And then we say genuine, but genuine. Genuine is the correct pronunciation. Then we have uh, uh, resume. Now, with the same spelling, it is also pronounced as resume. Resume means something which is restart, reassume, continue. For example, let's say the cricket match was stopped due to rain. Now, as soon as the rain stopped, cricket match again resumed, means restarted. Resume meaning biodata or CV, which is used, right, to apply for a job. So you can see the spelling is same, but with the change in pronunciation, there is a change in meaning as well. So here in our pronunciation topic, we will be discussing in detail how to correctly pronounce the words. Okay. Then syllables and stress we will be discussing. Now, when one example of syllable and stress, when a noun ends in tin, stress this syllable before tin ending. Example, location. So in this case, location is a noun, and if this noun is ending with tin, so when a noun ends in tin, stress the syllable before tin. Before tin, syllable is ca. So we should be pronouncing as location. Similarly, another example, concentration. Concentration. Okay. So in syllable and stress, we will be discussing different examples. Then here in capital letter abbreviation, stress the last letter like ID. So D is the last letter here. So we should be stressing on D. It should be like ID, TV, USA, right? So the last letter should be emphasized, or on the last letter we should stress like ID, USA, TV. All right. Then in syllables and stress, we will be discussing this one. Then under pronunciation itself, we will see the spelling and pronunciation difference between British English, English, and American English. Because here we have seen the correct pronunciation of English. This is the correct pronunciation of word English, right? So when we start learning, we need to make sure that whatever we learn, we should be using that one. Then only we become expert. Okay, English. Now, in English pronunciation, we will see and compare British English and American English. Okay, so for example, if we look at the spelling of British English and American English, in British it is center, CENTRE, it is center. But in America, same thing with spelling, slight difference in spelling, CENTER, center. In British, LABOUR, labor. But in America, U is excluded. It is not here. It is excluded. Similarly, litter. In British and in America, it is litter. Organize. Here it is S, here it is Z. License, license. All right. So there is a change in spelling as well between British English and American English. Look at other aspects like pronunciation. In British, this letter is called as Z. In America, it is called as Z. Similarly, look at another word. Here in British, it is called as progress. In America, it is progress. In British, this is schedule. This is also schedule. All right. So all these differences in pronunciation and in spelling, we will be discussing in English pronunciation. Different terms for the same thing. So here in British, it is called as lorry. In America, it is truck. In British, it is aeroplane. Here in America, airplane. In British, it is maths. Here it is math. Financial year, fiscal year. Football, soccer. In British, that sport is called as football. And here in America, soccer. Full stop in British, period in America. Holiday in British, vacation in America. So anyone, which English we speak in India? You can unmute and speak. Anyone, which English we speak or use in? Huh?
British English.
British English, yes. Because here British ruled in India. That's why India is influenced with British. So here in India, we use British English. Okay. So different terms for the same thing. So this we will be discussing in our topic. Okay. These are a few examples. English pronunciation. Then we have English vocabulary. In English vocabulary, what are casual words and formal words, right? So we cannot use, with friends, we use casual words. In office with colleagues, we use formal words. So we will see casual words and formal words. Like casually, we say madam or ma'am, but formally it should be like miss or Mrs. Okay, and casually we say hope, but formally it is we use the word believe or trust. Okay, then idioms. You cannot idioms like you cannot judge a book by its cover. Crocodile tears, right? So the best way of learning is we should learn English in English. Then only you will learn, you become fluent in English. Okay. So you need to, you need to interact. So we need to make sure that during this session we interact. And if you have any question, unmute yourself and ask, because this is the platform where you can improve your communication. Okay, where you can overcome your fear of communication. That's why this training is all about. That's why this training is being scheduled. Okay. All right. So in idioms, a few of the idioms here examples. Now, other like proverbs. Proverbs like actions speak louder than words. God helps those who help themselves. Right? So idioms, proverbs, casual and formal words, all these we will be discussing in English vocabulary. And then in English vocabulary, we will discuss about synonyms. Synonyms meaning, the words with similar meanings are called as synonyms. Like about, right? About a word and another word approximately. Both words have similar meaning. Then clever, similar meaning intelligent. Then constant, fixed. Okay, so synonyms, similar words. Then we have antonyms, opposite word. Like about means exactly, clever, stupid, constant, changeable, right? Then synonyms in the, and then we have English communication, right? Professional communication, like in professional communication, email etiquettes, how to write emails in a correct format, or we can say the way the email should be drafted. Okay, then telephone etiquettes, how to communicate over the telephone, then meeting etiquettes, how to attend meetings, how to participate in the meeting. Okay, and then in the meetings, presentation is also there. Right? Then group discussion, how to discuss within the group, right? Then greetings. So there are formal greetings as well as casual greetings. Formal greetings like hello, Mr. John, right? And the formal greetings are used in the corporates. Casual means like with friends, or like casual, like hi, hey, right? Then similarly, another example, how are you? How are you doing? This is a formal, right? Then in casual, WhatsApp, what's new, right? Another example, Mr. John, I would like to introduce you to my friend Trump. In casual way, you can express same thing. Hi, John, this is my friend Trump. Okay, so greetings, we will be this greetings are part of this training. Then yes, so any question here, whatever we discuss. So this is an overview of our business communication training. Okay, this is what we are going to cover in our 45 hours business English training, where or here we have topics like business English, parts of speech, kinds of sentence, types of tenses, types of voices, types of speech, syllables and stress, British and American English, short forms, appropriate prepositions, idiom, proverbs. Also, all these are the topics, and the duration of this training is 45 hours. So every day we will be scheduling 1.5 hour training. So it will be completed in 30 days. So this is about syllabus. And during the training, you don't need to make any notes, because the documents which I am going to refer during the training, the same document in the form of book you will receive, right? So the business English book of approximately 167 pages, 167 page. So this 167 page book you will receive. Okay, so throughout the training, we will be referring this book. Now, here, the the people who like to speak English, they face some challenges. Why they face challenges? Those questions now I'm going to address. Like English is now, you believe me, English is easy to learn and use for social and professional success, right? So, right. So yes, you heard it right. So if that is the case, then question one. So we come across question like, and if sometime, some people say English is easy to learn and use for social and professional success. So then why for few of the people it becomes difficult? So question one, why do majority of the people feel difficult to learn English? Question two, why do majority of the people do not become fluent in English despite learning it for a long time with the help of videos, books, and apps? So people, first of all, majority of the people feel difficult to learn English. Then some people they try, but they don't become fluent in English. Why? Because English should be learned in English. Literal translation from mother tongue to English should be avoided. Tens of thousands of people have already, right? So that's why people don't become fluent in English, because they try to learn English in their own mother tongue. Okay, so that's why we have designed this training of business English in English itself. Right now, yes, so aspects of English we have already discussed, and after successful completion of the training, you can appear and you can successfully pass English competitive exams like IELTS, International English Language Testing System. So this is one exam. Then similarly, TOEFL, the test of English as foreign language. And there are some other competitive exams for English language. So after successful completion of the training, if somebody would like to appear for these exams, it will be easy for them. Okay. All right. So here, uh, after every live session, you will receive the recordings of the session so that later on you can refer. And of course, at the start itself, you will receive the books. So make sure you regularly attend these training sessions, refer a book, and interact in the session. Make active participation is important if you would like to become fluent in English. Okay, so in this session one, this is what I wanted to discuss here. This is the agenda. This was the agenda of today's session. So from here, you can say that in our business English training, this business English training is all about English grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, and communication. So that at the end of the training, you will feel like you are now communicate in a better way, in a professional way, right? And you become independent while drafting your emails or your letters and all. Okay. All right. So any question? So, or anything which you would like to add here, or what is your expectation now? One by one, I would like to ask now. If you don't have the question, then I will ask. Let's start with Majid. Majid, what is your expectation from this training?
Hi everyone.
Yeah,
Sir,
hi
I
Majid. Yeah.
expected I will speak fluently, which
Hmm.
is my which I faced many times this
Hmm.
problem.
Hmm.
I can't speak properly
Hmm.
and in writing.
Hmm.
Both things are important, but I can't do this.
Right, right. Okay. So in this training, of course, you will at the end of the training, after successful completion of the training, once you come to know about English grammar, then pronunciation, vocabulary, and communication, then things will become easy. However, you need to make sure that you practice, you communicate in English, right? So this is one way of, quickly learning. And you need to watch English news, right? Read newspapers, right? So that you will come across different sentences, different pronunciation. When it comes to pronunciation, you need to start watching Al Jazeera English news. Okay, Al Jazeera English news. All right. Now, Shahbaz, what is your expectation from this training?
Hello everyone.
Yes. Hi, Shahbaz. Yeah.
I want to remove my fear.
Right, right. Okay. So in order to remove your fear or in order to overcome your fear, you need to make sure that you start speaking. Then only you will overcome the fear, Shahbaz. Okay, because after completion of the training, you will be confident of, you will be confident about grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, and communication. But you need to make sure that you start communicating in English with your friends, and you make sure you interact during the training. Okay. All right. Then what is your expectation of Musab? Musab.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I want to speak English like my mother tongue. That my communication should be good with everyone. That I should not fear, and I want to learn some basic that noun, pronoun. I want to build my base strong.
Yes. So that's why we have included English grammar, so that because first of all, in order to become fluent, we need to make sure that our grammar is correct. We should be framing our sentence in a correct sequence. All right. And then, of course, to overcome the fear, you need to start communicating. That is the only one way to overcome the fear. Okay. Right. Now it's your turn, Sabi. What is your expectation from this training?
Hello everyone.
Yeah. Hi. Yes.
My biggest fear is to express myself in public. I face difficulties to express myself,
Right.
and
Right.
I fear.
Right. Yeah, it means right. You won't like to overcome your fear of public speaking or speaking in a meeting or delivering the seminar, right? Yes, of course, of course.
Yes.
Yes. So slowly, yes, what you need to do again, as I was recommending for others, you need to start speaking. You need to start expressing yourself, right, with correct grammar and pronunciation. So in this way, you can overcome your public speaking fear. Okay. So, and another thing, when you start, anyone, even when I was a student, when I was learning English, because I am from Urdu medium, right? When I was learning, so I was also facing same challenges. But when I started working on it, when I started reading newspapers, watching news channel, referring different books, then, it took time for me because I was from Urdu medium, so it took time for me, right? So it sometime it takes, but since you people are already graduate, you know most of the things, so for you people it becomes quite easy. Okay. However, you need to make sure you start expressing yourself in English, right, in a grammatically correct way. Okay. In this way, you people can get best out of the training. Okay. All right. So, so this training here we are scheduling at 9:45 p.m. IST every day. All right. So like today we started. So every week 5 days we will be conducting. Every week 5 days. So for total 30 days this training will last. So here it I will give my 100%, my 110%. I am also expecting 110% from you, because you are the people who needs to practice. You are the people who needs to refer documents. Then only you can become fluent in English. You can overcome your fear, right? And once you have good communication skills, then you will find things will be easy, because when you start working in a corporate, so the language will be the English language, and you will be communicating with different clients from different countries. So from India here, it is expected that we should have neutral accent. Neutral accent. Normally, what Indian people speak, that is the neutral accent. All right. So anything else or any question before we conclude today's session? Because from tomorrow, we will be starting our first topic, introduction, then parts of speech from tomorrow onwards. So this was just the introduction and overview of business English course or training. Any question? Any other expectation, or you would like to add some more points? All right. So let's conclude today's session here. See you in the next session. Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. Keep watching our English language videos to improve your fluency and practice for better understanding.